To you. This is the paper clip. It was done flat, then brought into 3D. So here's the image. Go through it real quickly here. Taking the circle tool and making a circle, the scissors and just clipping it so you have the bottom part of this, and then shift key drop it down, make a duplicate copy and just move it over, maybe rotate it down. Connect these with the pen tool. So it's just using some of the circular parts. Here I'm just shrinking this down just slightly. Move it up and extend the path down below. And here I'm taking the direct selection and just moving that section over a little bit, raise it up by grabbing those corresponding points, giving it a thicker stroke and changing the outline path to a color of a light gray. The 3D extrusion, when this shows up, you'll get the selection. You can see a preview. Just change the extrusion depth a little bit, and the bevel is the curve. Throw some different lighting on there to give it as much metallic look to it, and just rotate it just slightly. And here I'm taking another copy of the paper clip, doing the same thing, making it a thickness of the stroke, outlining the path and putting a gradient fill in there. And here using the distort tool just to change the direction, and use this for a cast shadow. So just set this here, send it to back, make a rectangle, fill it with white and get all the extra pieces out of the way, and then change the opacity in the appearance panel and the style to a blur, Gaussian blur a little bit, and that gives you that section and the transparency. You can change the opacity and offset it. Move everybody out of the way and just take a nice, move that guy out of the way and take a nice screen capture of it. The next clip, a little bit trickier, but you want to try to take a look. One has the piece clipped out of it with a clipping mask. So here again, taking a look at the layers, dimming down the background layer, putting a ruler guide, and trying to anticipate the profile from the end of the clip, using a circle, taking the scissors, clipping off a corner, selecting these two pieces, getting them close, one on top of each other, and go to combine with join. Take the widgets to curve some of those pieces in. Move this over a little bit, zoom out, take the path and eliminate some of the anchor points there, so it's just a couple. Increase the thickness, put an end cap on it that's round, set a copy off to the side, and then reflect it with a copy. Take the path and join them together. Move this one up with the widgets, curve it up. You can start to adjust it and give you that thickness to it. And here it is, the extrusion now. Put a copy over there, do the path, outline them, and just changing it, making it a blue clip. And here's the extrusion with the preview, taking the extrusion depth to visually to see how large it is, and throw some lighting on there again. You can adjust and modify the lighting, and then just rotate it, little perspective, and that gives me the blue clip. So it's two pieces that are in separate directions, so that gives me that initial piece. And here you can adjust left and right to narrow it down. This is the profile in green, and that sets that off to the side. And then taking a look at the metallic clip, you have to look at it and try to flatten it out, still using the ruler guide. Select it, change the stroke thickness, and adjust the widgets to get that curve. And before you move it over, do it flipping it over with the reflect tool. So combine them, join, under the path, join, and change the lightness to a gray. And now it's going to be about 10-point depth with the rounded corners, adjusting the lighting that's there, and now trying to get it to position itself using the cube that's here, the 3D cube, to set it over there. You can see it's rather large, but in the green profile I can reduce it down a little bit. Go back and then just fine-tune the direction. You can see it flips all over if you grab it from the corners, or you can use the numerical settings to place that in there. And just trying to get it to fit in there and lock it in to that section. Now keep in mind the clipping mask you would have to do on top of this and make it a compound path, and then a clipping mask in order to hide the metallic pieces and let them show through in there. It's probably the easiest way. Duplicating it for the second part on the back, grab just a white rectangle, hide the ruler guides, create a base for the clip, and then for the outside edge, doing a path, making the stroke a little thicker, and then outlining it, selecting those two, show union with the pathfinder, a gradient, and then go to the appearance panel and clicking on it to reduce the opacity. Here I have the stroke by accident, but just to show it to you. So in the appearance panel you have to fill in the stroke. I'll hide those two and redo it right there and change the Gaussian blur and send it to back, but bring it forward just one way. And then take a screenshot. Here's again is the first paper clip, and the second one you'll notice the clipping path right there to show the metal. And all set.